Hello, guys. This is Sapphire Yagami with episode 12 of Rain. Now, I thought Rain was going to come back on the 23rd because that's the one episode I was looking at, and I thought I already did episode 8, but apparently I was wrong. Episode 8 premiered on December 12th, so I was like, oh, snap, I didn't miss episode. I was like, oh, great. So I had to find a way to watch this episode, and whoo! Boy, was it good. Was it good and juicy? So the show starts off with where we left off from the last episode. Mary has lost her virtue to Prince Francis, and she's she's in his bed and stuff, and she's worried that somebody might see and stuff. I'm like, now you're worried. Oh, now you're worried about somebody saw you didn't lost your virtue to the prince, and you're not even married yet. So they decide they're not gonna tell nobody because the servants. Now, see, this is one thing I love about servants during this time frame, and probably still today, maids and butlers though. Maids, butlers, servants, I don't know, whatever the hell you want to call them. They always see stuff, and they keep the secret. That's probably why we know so much about these histories and all these secret affairs because the servants saw the thing. Now the servants not, the servants saw the stuff, they attend you and stuff, and they saw this, like, talking about you a virgin, and Servant's like, yeah, in her mind, Servant saw everything. They knew who you were sleeping with. They knew everything. They knew your secrets. But anyway, yeah. So she lost her virtue to Francis. So they get up and go downstairs because the cardinal from England arrives with news. So apparently, Queen of England, who at this time is Queen Elizabeth, the daughter of Henry VIII, and her mother is, I think it's Anne Boleyn. Yeah, I think it's Anne Boleyn. I always get the Boleyns confused, but I know it's one of the freaking Boleyn girls. Shoot, it's. And since she is considered the Virgin Queen, she has no heir, and since she has no heir, the throne rightfully goes to Mary because she is. They see her as the rightful heir due to the fact that she is related to Henry, I think, on her mama's side. However this thing goes. I believe it's on her mama's side. So Henry IV of King Henry of France, he's excited. So he's like, "Well, I'm about to set your wedding date because there's nothing more that he loves than as Catherine later says, there's nothing he loves more but its power." And the whole history between France and England, he's ready to crush England, but Mary is scared because she's like, I don't think no English would want a Scottish queen on the throne, and then not only that, the country is already somewhat divided between Catholics and the Protestants. So you got that situation going on. And Mary's like, I don't want people, they're gonna try to kill me. I'm like, bitch, they already is trying to kill you. That comes with being a queen. I'm like, they already tried to kill you. Did you not remember that lady that died of the covenant? She was poisoned, and then there was the the dress, I think. Baby, they is already trying to kill you. That's not gonna stop just because you want to. That's not gonna just stop because you gonna be Queen of England too. That's not gonna stop. That's gonna be happening until the day you die, honey. That's life as a royal. There's gonna always be people trying to kill you to get to that throne. That's never gonna stop. I don't know what she got that idea in her head. Like, they're gonna try to, baby, they've been trying to kill you. They probably kill you before while you was in the womb, trying to kill your mama. Kill you while you was in the mama. If the mama die, you die. Just saying. So Catherine, as she Queen Catherine, as she remembers the prophecy, she tries to poison um Mary, but Notre Dame says that either way, either if whether you do it, well, you kill this girl by poisoning, or you tell her by prophecy, either way, we're going to both be dead at this time frame, all these people, is strong in their Christian faith, and what Notre Dame does is I mean, it's not like he can help it. He has the gift of sight or whatever you want to call it. He can see, things, the future or whatever. And so he can't help that, you know what I'm saying? He can't help that. And what they're doing using, herbs and stuff, this is considered magic because you're poisoning people. I'm like, damn, God gave us herbs. So something God gave us is now considered magic. Like, the lack of knowledge people had during this time frame is just, it's just like, wow. But the sad part is, some of that has still rubbed off in today's society. It's like, certain people is like, and the only thing that makes these people fear, not Nostradamus' gift is because you don't understand it. The lack of the the best quote is, I will quote something from the movie Beauty and the Beast, is what it's in the mob song when they go say, we don't like what we don't understand is facts and scares, and this monster is mysterious at least. So that pretty much sums up majority of humanity. When we are introduced to something that we don't understand, it scares us, and so how do we react to it? It's evil! It's the work of Satan is evil! I'm like, really? How about you read a freaking book and do some research on it? Maybe you won't be so freaking scared like a little. Anyway, so Queen Catherine decides to tell Mary about the vision. Mary doesn't believe it, saying, you've been trying to get me from Mary and Francis the whole freaking time. So, she I don't believe you. But a part of her does believe us, so she goes to Notre Dame, who gets a vision saying that one of her ladies in waiting is going to die. And she's like, I don't believe you, even though part of her does, because she's like, the lion didn't fight with the dragon on the field of poppies. Because to her, I think the England had the lion on the crest, so she thought it was the English. So, kind of find out when she goes to Bash and she talks to Bash for a minute, he says that bastards choose their symbol own. The dude of Portugal, he chose a dragon. Guess what Francis' symbol was? A lion. And they did fight on the field of poppies because poppies all around. Bash is the lion. Portugal was the dragon. Bam! That messed her head up. She's like, oh snap. She's like, oh snap. She's like, oh, not her head is just messed up because she's like, oh snap. A lion did fight the dragon on the field of poppies. She's like, oh my god, I'm going to kill Francis. So now she's all freaked out. Meanwhile, with Kenna, she ends up talking to the king, stating that she almost got pretty much beaten to death and raped because she is pretty much his mistress. And she asked him, pretty much asked him a simple question all women want to ask a man they in love with: do you love me? He said he doesn't love her. The only woman he truly does love is Diane. I mean, he's married to Queen Catherine, but that's pretty much, he really doesn't love her. That's more of a, his duty as king, gotta have a good girl, she has to have my ear, But he loved Diane. Diane is his baby boo. He ain't gonna let that go. So Kenna's upset. She's like, oh my god, I've lost my virtue. I'm like, yo, Queen told you that before you even stepped with the king, honey. What you thought was gonna happen when you slept with the king? Oh, you thought he was just gonna just drop Catherine and drop Diane and make you his number one boo boo? That's not how this works. He is the king. He is not going to leave Catherine because she has his heir, which is Francis. He's not gonna leave Diane because he loves her, and Bash is his favorite, even though he's Bash by law is a bastard child. You think he's just gonna leave you, honey? No, honey. You ruined that yourself. He is a man still at the end of the day. He's also a man. If you take away his title of king, he is a man at the end of the day. You should have used your common sense. Plus, you listened to your queen who told you don't do it. And now your virtues lost, and now you are officially, by their terms, dishonored, shamed, and whatever else they said when a woman lost her virginity at that time frame. Honey, that is on your own. You could have waited. It's not that sex, trying to have sex because you're in love. And, it's not going to kill you to wait. Jesus. Ugh. God. Oh. When girls are young. Oh, it's such a shame. Such a shame. Anyway, So Kenna decides she wanted to go try to talk to Diane. So as she goes try to go to Diane's room, she is intercepted by this I think he was a priest, and he pretty much thinks that she was Diana because she was going to the mistress's room. So she overhears, so she ends up learning about the plot, Diane's plot to lead to legitimize Bash. So she takes this information to the queen, and the queen's like, "What the heck do you want?" Blah, blah, blah. Like, girl, please, you're stupid. And so she tells the queen, and that pisses the queen off. She's like, "Oh, hell to the no!" Not because if you look, because if Bash gets legitimized, that legally puts him in first place to get the throne because he is the oldest, and that's usually how it went. He is the oldest. Francis is the second child, so he gets legitimized. Bash gets to when King Henry dies. Bash gets the throne and gets married. Oh, Queen Catherine is not having that. So, and also, King Catherine decides she's gonna try to kill two birds with one stone. She goes up to Diana after she then slept with the king, so they grew around, and he went to go get her some food like he normally does after they didn't do it. So she tells Diane, well, she wants her to poison Kenna and leave Henry for good because she knows of his plot to legitimize. And she says, Diane's like, Henry is not gonna hurt me. She says, there's one thing Henry loves most, and that is power. And at this time frame, it would be a very bad time if he learned that you was Bash at the time, because right now Queen Elizabeth is dying, so that means he has a chance to hurry get Frances married, cause she'll be on the English throne. And if you try to legitimize Bash at this time frame, that's gonna ruin everything. So he's gonna be pissed off. So Diana later, I think the next day, she talks to Bash about that the queen learns about her idea that she's leaving, and she decides she's not going to kill Kenna. So she just leaves the castle and tells Bash that you need to do the same, because if somebody else finds about this, you might not be the king's favorite anymore. So you might want to leave this castle. So he's like, okay. So we then have all the ladies in waiting, all comforting who is it, Kenna. Cause she's still upset, cause she's still, I mean, she's not as badly hurt anymore, but she still got like a little bruises or so. So they all comfort her, and Ailey, she brings like everybody some like presents and stuff like that. And then as Mary, who and Francis decide they're gonna marry in secret instead of doing a big traditional royal wedding. So later that day, Allie falls down the stairs. And so when Mary runs out, they hear somebody screaming, and she sees Ailey dying, dead and stuff. And then Kenna looks at the glass that she had, and realizes that that's the same glass from earlier, and it must have poison in it, and that was supposed to be meant for her because that's who the cup was for. It was meant for Kenna, but it didn't get Kenna. Ailey drunk it. So Mary sees her friend dead. She's like, Notre Dame's prophecy came through, and Notre Dame is like off in the corner, and she's like, oh my God, you're a demon, you're the devil, and she had like blood on her hands, and she freaks out. So eventually she decides that next day, she's all dressed up, she says that she would not claim the English throne and that she would not marry Francis. So King Henry's like, what the heck, girl, you just got jitters. You just got jitters. Like, he's like, girl, you just getting cold feet, girl, you just getting cold feet. And she's like, no, this is what I'm doing as a queen. This is my decision. I'm like, And Francis, he don't know what's going on because they just made love and he was going to get married. So he don't know what's going on. So he's like, Mary. And so, Mary, come on, you just get it. She's like, no, Francis. And she repeats to him what he said earlier about, love isn't suited for royals like them or something like that. And so later we see her go to the barnyard, the stables, stables, gets a horse, and this dude was in stables like, Queen Mary, let me go get somebody to to walk her because she is a queen and plus she's a woman. They want she can't go out by herself. So she's like, no, it's already taken care of. So the man's like, and Bash comes in like, I'll be riding with her. And then you see, as I said, the servant is knowing something up. Like, this don't seem right. Like, the queen and the bastard child. So he runs off like, yeah, okay, yeah. Obviously he went to go get, the Dauphin of Francis. So we see Mary and Bash getting a horse, and Mary's like, "Where you heading?" He's like, "It's he's like, I gotta leave too." So he's like, they're like, "Okay, we'll leave together." So then we see Francis crying out like, "Mary, Mary!" You just see Mary and Bash riding off into the distance. He's like, "Mary!" He like falls to his knees, like, "No." Like his heart just got broken, like so sad because he really wanted to marry her. I mean, oh my god, like they just did it, which sex is not only for pleasure but can also be an emotional bond, which is why women always get more emotional than men. I'm not saying men don't get emotional when they have sex, but it's just women just get more emotional to men when they have sex, which is why when women find out they're just like a one night stand, where they get all angry and shit, because they like to them, oh my god, we're bonding, because like we're bonding, and I'm like no. So for Francis, he's like, yeah, she just gave me her virtue. We're gonna try to get married, and now she's run off. He doesn't know why she's leaving. He doesn't get it because all the whole time she been talking about I love you, and she been getting jealous because of Olivia. Meanwhile, what heck is Olivia? Oh, did I talk about her love already? No, I need to know what happened to her. But anyway, so he's just all heartbroken. All this like Mary, Mary. I'm like, dang, that episode was good. It's called Faded. That was episode 8 of Reign. Faded. Mm. The next episode shall be the 23rd of January, which is this month, and it's titled For King and Country. And it's going to be good because now I really like Reign, and it also won the People's Choice Awards for what category was it? Favorite new TV drama. It won for the People's Choice Award, and yeah. Reign. I mean, it felt a little slow in the beginning, but it started to pick up because you're dealing with all these things. I mean, I don't see any other way they could try to like I heard a lot of people. Some people don't like it because it always gets mixed reviews. But I'm like, okay, they're making it toward teenagers. You really think teens are going to sit down and watch an actual serious period drama? No, they're not. I mean, look at the shows they have. This is the CW. Look at all the shows that are on the CW. Everything is pretty much catered to the teenage girl and stuff. I mean, look at Beauty and the Beast. Instead of actually him being physically a beast, he's a military experiment, and it's Kristen Cook from Smallville. It's still catered towards teen because he's still the stereotypical cute guy. All his eyes just glow. He gets like a little vein in his face, but it doesn't distort his sex appeal. Okay. Then there's Vampire Diaries. Stefan and Damon's a love triangle, and you got Elena. I'm like, okay, two vampires, one chick. That sounds familiar. Then what else do they have on the CW? They have the originals, which is a spin-off from Vampire Diaries with more vampires. Then there's, what else they got on? I don't know all the shows they got on CW because I don't watch CW like that. The only thing I watch on CW is Reign and Supernatural. I love Supernatural. I'm so sad they have one more season though. But anyway, Reign is good. I love the way it's going. I hope it gets renewed for another season because I haven't seen anything about saying that they got renewed for a second season yet. But hopefully they do. Because I mean, all they're doing is the early years of her reign. So they're not gonna go up to her death because she gets beheaded. And plus, I don't think it's gonna happen anyway because they changed much of the actual history. So again, this is episode 8 titled Faded of Reign. Comment, rate, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.